John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
Mr. John Davis. John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True.
Hey, John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt.
Tune in and watch John Davis True Crime. You will love it. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Tune in. It's John Davis True Crime.
Good morning. Happy May 16th, 2024. Thursday edition. My Brandon is horrible, ain't it? I couldn't come up with shit this morning. Nothing. And well, you see what happened. It got called Thursday. That's how that worked out. Sorry for being a couple minutes late. Coffee maker not wanting to cooperate this morning. Brandy's being difficult. The coffee maker. Anyway, since we spoke last, there hasn't much happened that I seen really as of note, except I don't know. Let me see which one we're going to go with here. I don't know. I'm stuck right now, and I hate to say it because I try not to do it on the Sebastian thing. It's just baffling as hell to me. And it's each day is more of a concern than the last. Every day that adds on, man, it is bad. You know, it really is. Unless you, I would hate to think this is going to reach long amount of time without there being some sort of resolution. We're coming up on 4 months shortly. They're still having vigils, which that's a great thing, man. People are still committed. But I just wonder how much searching's being done. You know? I wonder if there's still, I know I've seen a couple people that I know search. I don't know though, man. How far out do you take it? I was looking at that map a while back, and there is so much to the north of the house that is deep woods. I just wonder if all that's been searched. You never know, man, because it seemed like we can all agree on the fact that the situation at the house could at least get very hectic. The more I find out, I tell you could almost come to a point of that being the case. Almost. As far as the lack of, well, no. My problem is, though, if they seen him taking out trash, you would think they could definitely have him on camera if he came out again. That's where I keep getting stuck at, is there's no sighting of him. But I think, you know, the most positive thing you can do is search for the kid. I hope that they've searched way north where all them woods are. It looks like an amazing, I would hate to even guess the acreage, like right north of that neighborhood. It goes straight into the forest. It's huge. If there's any way that he did walk out of there, which without shoes on, explain that, how he could make it so far in the woods. That'll be positive, and I think, searching's the positive stuff. I give a big round of applause to anybody that's puts their time into looking. I don't care where they're looking at. You know, a lot of people that do it too get hate, and I'm like, well, you know, I can't hate on somebody that's doing something I ain't, you know, searching, and I have respect for searching. So even the ones that might be doing it for devious reasons, at least if it's legit, they're out there looking. That's more than a lot's doing. So that's kind of where I stand on that. I respect anybody that'll do it. You know, Jessie did some searching. She don't get enough credit. Jessie spent a lot of time. She sent me some film out looking in the woods. She don't move very fast in the woods. She's not like a gazelle going through there. She gets her search on. I was proud of her. Big round of applause for Jessie, y'all. One of the real ones. Right? What was there? There was some banter around I've seen recently. I thought was share worthy. I seen this. They say this. I think this is a little old, right? But I found this, and they're saying, "Hey, Casey, I hope you're well. Yes, Chris Proudfoot asked about the billboard we put up back on 3-5. As he and Katie saw them up, he asked if he could give me money to keep them up longer, and I told him yes, that would be great. He did donate around the end of March, and that helped to push the billboards with other donations to May 5th. I did ask Seth if he would like to donate to the billboards, but I was told that he would be making t-shirts as billboards for profit because he needed the money." See? What y'all think about that? Y'all seen that? I don't know about that. That seems shady in my opinion. That's awful projecting a scenario about both sides without kind of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen that? So they're saying Proudfoot donated. But see, no matter what, the biggest complaint against Katie's been probably lack of searching. Who knows? You know, people give them a lot of. When you don't see the people out looking, it really does make you wonder. Because I mean, if you look back at like, I don't know, Riley Strand, his parents are out there looking. He got found. You know what I'm saying? Makes you weary about people that ain't looking. It always makes me think because they know, you know, there's no point in looking and searching. That's what I always think. But, you know, I can't judge everybody. I'm sure not everybody is like that. And I have never been in that situation, so I don't know that. I don't know what I would do. I would think though, I might delay searching to answer if the police need me to help with anything. I would, but then when I wasn't dealing with them, I would definitely be there. And I'm telling you, it's odd to me that you don't. I thought it was odd her leaving too. I think that come across real bad. That didn't help the situation either. That's how we've got here. I don't know how much this can last. How long these people can pretend to get along any better than they are, which they're not doing great now. How long can this go on, you think? Or something happens.
I don't know, because I hope Summer's case, we've been waiting forever.
That's what I said. I'm scared to death it's going to get turned into that. I found this post. I thought this kind of summed a lot up too. Every adult involved in the case is really as ignorant, incompetent, and unorganized as they seem. I think we should consider the very real possibility that Sebastian might just be in his room playing video games and they've all been too stupid to notice. I really, really hope that he caught a lucky break and is safely away from these women, hanging out with cool people that love him. I want to believe this little boy got away and is living his best life. I tell you what, I think, public sentiment is going in that direction in general. I thought that was a good assessment of the situation. I'm just glad that he seems to be, last I heard, he had searchers too coming, I think. Like some of the better ones. I wonder if EquiSearch has been there. I haven't heard anything about them in a while. Have you?
Been where?
EquiSearch to look for Sebastian.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
That's odd, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. If it's like don't meet criteria or what?
Probably. Law enforcement will search it. Oh, did they?
Oh, I didn't know. I never heard anything about. I ain't heard nothing about EquiSearch forever.
See, I think they run off a profit or donations, don't they? Or how? I know they only have a limited time what can be funded. It seems like for each search.
Yeah.
Because they search for summer, but once or twice. It seems like.
I know they searched for summer, and that's when I got the idea. I can't, it's been so long ago now, but it really gave me the idea that summer had been moved, is what they were trying to insinuate about possible spots that were hit on.
Then, of course, after that, Donnie Kane has kind of talked bad about them. I've heard them say bad, or especially Dawn.
Yeah, well, Dawn's never. Can you name like one agency or group of people that's tried to help Summer that Dawn's complimented that he's pro?
No, not very many. Except his private investigators. So I don't know what they do. But if he still has them, I don't know. But yeah, he's not. I don't know. He don't get along with people.
No, not at all.
That's for sure. God, it's dark back here.
We don't know, but Michael Vaughn was abducted. We know that. Summer, no answers.
Yeah, Michael Vaughn, at least they have some stuff that came to light.
See, I mean, do you think law enforcement has a story on him?
I would probably, maybe. I think they have maybe a story, just not the evidence to back the story up. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
I always wondered if maybe they accidentally had hit him with a car or something.
Yeah, that could have been what it was. Something, simple as that.
As simple as that, and covered it up. I don't know. There's some weird people live in that house. All of them come across as off.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it any better than that.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody I've seen that was in that household, Sarah, Mike, is it Michael?
I think. Yeah.
No, is it? What's one of the
Sarah,
male's name?
and I don't know.
Sarah is her name.
I forget his name. Michael?
Stacy.
Yeah, there you go. I knew it was a kind of girl guy name.
That ain't new. That's a girl name. Nah. I'd be like, my grandson's Stacy. How dare you?
My sister's Stacy. My younger sister.
Yeah.
It was a popular name. You know, when I was born around that time, I know a lot of Stacy's.
I know Chris was popular apparently at one time. Look at the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Evans, Chris Helmsworth,
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what's his name? The funny dude.
I don't know.
Oh, man. Anyway, it's like every actor of that generation seems to be named Chris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how we named our kids, it's not the most unique name, it's just names we like, really. That's, you know.
Yes.
Because Taylor, there's a lot of Taylors. John just like that name. And then Bradley, there's probably a lot of Bradleys. Just like,
I don't know. Bradley was original, I think, when we used it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was super popular.
yeah.
We just couldn't agree on shit. We had went months and
No name.
stalemate.
Couldn't figure out.
Randy was like, "What's name? Franklin."
No, I would never.
It was always some like straight up. I don't know what was one of yours back then.
No.
I think I won on every kid. Eventually, I wore you down. I got Taylor and Bradley. Well, Bradley was an agreement.
No, I come over with Chase's.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while.
John named Taylor.
Yeah, I named Taylor.
I think I come up. I don't know. I might have came up with their middle name, Jade. I can't remember.
No.
You did?
Yes.
I can't remember.
I can't remember where I got it from though, but after I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's cool. Harley, what are you up to? Slick? Standing in the corner. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about? Is something over there, girl? Do you sense something?
Look, she's looking. She tells her she's got over there.
She's looking at it again. My daughter's name came from the movie The Ring.
What's her name?
Can't remember.
Get her lay down. If that's what you want to do. You want to get her lay down, I guess.
That's kind of an odd thing to pull your daughter's name from, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Samara.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, man, you named your daughter after the ring girl that crawls out the well?
Samara.
Wow.
I've never heard that name before.
I like the name, though. Just personally, I wouldn't have done it. I damn sure wouldn't have got that. Wonder what that demon's name is. I'm going to have a daughter. I might want to use it. I had nightmares about that thing coming out the TV. You remember those were pretty good, weren't they? They were creepy. How she used to like do her joints and she would snap her shoulder out of place and walk backwards on her hands. I
don't like scary movies. I don't watch them. I watch them because you watch them now.
Here's how Brandy watches the majority of a scary movie.
Yeah, I don't watch. No, I just don't watch it at all. I don't know what joy is getting scared. A lot of joy I like.
It's the same. You know how some people jump off bridges? They get that rush from it. Being scared is the same thing. You just got to learn to channel that to where you don't let it get to you.
And I usually predict what happens, so they all usually end the same.
One person left, damn near got him, but he made it out. Or she. A lot of the times it's a female survivor.
Yeah. I think TV's trash, so it's hard to find anything to watch nowadays.
Yeah. There's not a lot out there.
No.
Me and Brandy just recently binge watched, and well, we didn't binge watch it. We watched it in a couple weeks. All of The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
We're up to what, season 4, season 5?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
If you haven't seen The Boys, it's decent.
Yeah.
For today, what's out now, it's excellent.
Yeah. That and the Gemstones, it's not bad either.
The Gemstones.
It's kind of funny.
Very good. Does anybody else watch The Boys? Just us? I thought it was pretty popular.
Of course, yeah, we like Lord of the Rings with the show spinoff we've been watching.
Oh, everybody's been talking about lately that remember that thing we watched? It was like a thing about the woman was stalking old boy. He was the comedian.
Oh yeah.
That it was talking about that woman's been on social media. Reindeer, they call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched that too.
That woman, the woman, because that's a true story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
that woman like posted something on social media or something about it. Oh yeah, the righteous gemstones. Christopher knows what we're talking about.
yeah, it's kind of funny.
I can't believe nobody has seen The Boys.
Yeah, I never heard of it. You're watching it. Not stop watching it.
Baby reindeer. There you go. That's what she called him because it was her stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's creepy.
Stalkers. I think stalkers creep me out worse than about anything.
So I tell the boys, please don't get a crazy girlfriend. Then you have to break up with them. He's stalking you.
Yeah.
Girls are worse than guys, I think. I swear. Girls maybe do it more like undercover. It gets creepy.
Cut your tires.
Yeah.
The boys or the voice, I can't understand.
The boys.
The boys.
B-O-Y-S. Is that how you say it?
I guess we both talk weird. You said it once, didn't you? Say the boys.
The boys.
That's kind of sound like boys.
The boys. There.
The boys.
Boys.
The boys. Is that better?
Sorry for the redneck accent.
Yeah. They're bad. Sorry. We thought y'all used to it by now. Didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've been going back and forth on what has Robin said and what hasn't Robin said, right? That's the grandma. I found this gem the other day. There was a lot more than one time, and there were a lot more other abuses. Sebastian told me that he swore me to secrecy. There was a lot more than one time, and there were a lot more other abuses.
So she could have wrote that a little bit better before putting it out there. She's saying that Sebastian came to her and told her. I guess what was going on.
No, I'm just. I don't know. I'm so on board with see something, say something that I just hate.
Wait.
It seems a lot of these you hear like there was one person that could have said something and who knows. I'm just saying if all that what she is saying is honest to true, if she's and I hate people. I mean, if you're not going to be specific, I wish people wouldn't even say shit. You know, because you can say that and that doesn't really say exactly who knows what they consider super bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leave it open to interpretation. Kind of like I hate how, with what Seth said, about 50 people was like, oh, I can't believe them records showed that. Horrible stuff.
Yeah, why didn't, if the grandma thought that, Seth would have done that, why didn't he do something about it, you know?
I don't know, man. I really feel amiss about all that. You know, it's I wouldn't post. I really wouldn't if and I tell you, it was after that, and it's like something like that will come up, and then I'll be like, I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean that. I would stay off social media if I was any one of the family.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I seen this too. This dude. You ever heard of SF Investigates? Somebody was saying this dude used to be a private eye. He said, this will not be a popular opinion, but I'm used to that. I believe Katie and Chris Proudfoot are the best hope for finding Sebastian, not Seth or his newly hired private investigators. Katie and Chris are following law enforcement's directive, staying quiet and not engaging with the detractors. In contrast, Seth, who was going to change his approach just 48 hours ago, is now resorted to telling his supporters to blank off. He is detrimental to the case. Imagine if Sebastian, who might have run away successfully, is witnessing this. His sensitive SA trauma has been publicly exposed. When speaking of his intelligence, his mother describes him as very high functioning, while Seth portrays him as a 10-year-old who can barely function. Yet Sebastian operates bobcat loaders and is a skilled chess player. How does that add up? I suggest that Katie and Chris should hire a top private investigator who specializes in missing persons and has search and rescue experience. An investigator who will can collaborate with local, state, and federal law enforcement and search and rescue incident command staff instead of interacting with YouTube. This investigator should establish a policy to provide a 10-minute live update every 5 days with no interviews, panels, live streams, or gimmicks in between. They should put in 15 to 18 hours a day until Sebastian is found. The situation is an embarrassment. Some might be deceived by the current efforts, but law enforcement and competent investigators are not fooled. This opinion may not be widely accepted, but in my professional view, it's the necessary course of action. So, I mean, I feel that he's stepping in, right? But I don't know about Chris and Katie willing to hire a private investigator, because that's going to cost a ton of money unless it's getting crowdfunded or something.
Yeah.
I agree. I've been saying it. Get a good private investigator in there. Get an old gumshoe type, not somebody to get on social media and talk. Somebody go out and look and ask, be there, do it. Hands on.
They should be looking to what they can, you know. But people got to understand too, they have to have, you know, they have to make money and support themselves at the same time.
You know, when he was on Pascal's, I bet you there was 1,000 people that asked how they could help. How they could help is somebody, for God's sake, set up a GoFundMe to go to a private investigator to be hands-on and search for Sebastian.
Yep, I agree. That's what should have happened with someone too. A good investigator.
I recommend Bill time.
Just some.
You know.
Yeah,
that's what it needs.
Law enforcement, they don't have where they can spend 24/7 on each case. You know what I mean? They have other cases.
Right. I mean, there's only so many of them, so much time. A lot of crime occurs. You know. You need somebody that's like devoted and dedicated. Yes, exactly.
Seth hiring these people, but I don't know.
But would we need a PI really? Law enforcement needs to make some kind of headway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. But if they're not, every day this gets harder to solve. For a detective coming in every day, it's going to be one day he's further removed from information, evidence, etc., etc., etc. That should have been what happened day one. If my kid come up missing, that'd be my first step. Get a private detective in there to help, especially after like a week.
Yeah.
If a week goes by and they ain't telling me something, if they're just telling me we don't know, no sign anywhere, boom, try something, right? And I think a private investigator, man, I'm telling you, I've seen this one that solved a murder.
Yeah.
And they might get somebody to tell them something that they are damn sure ain't gonna tell the cops.
Yeah, I just wonder if law enforcement will work with them when there is a private eye. How good they're working together. You know, probably. What do you think?
I think law enforcement has a lot of law enforcement has trouble with doing it. I think there's some good cops that really want to solve the crime, and they'll take any help they can get. It's which ones you got on this case is the question.
Yeah, the rest of law enforcement don't want like a private outside investigator solving a case. It looks bad on them. So.
Yeah, I agree. I would say if I had to guess, over half of law enforcement probably would not be open to doing much with a private investigator.
Mm-hmm.
And I back the blue. I hate to say that, but at some point, I think your pride has got to step aside for the goodness of this, especially in cases. Hey, if you've been at it a year, 2, 3. You've got some damn nerve refusing anybody's help, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ronnie Lawson shows what a dirty snake he is by not begging for help.
Yeah.
He don't want it solved. Apparently.
They're finally getting what they want, where a lot of people don't talk about so much safety. You know, the focus, a lot of people do, but a lot of the focus is on upper case. That's what they wanted. To put it aside and people leave him alone, really. That's my opinion.
I tell you, and I see on Facebook where the Candace and Dawn is all over the YouTube. It seems like still in the chat. I mean, not on, but in the chat. Candace is always keeping up. They got this cute little thing about something about Prayer Garden wanted to talk to Candace, and Candace is saying that Prayer Garden's in love with Dawn. And I'm like, man, I just can't with that. I am not going to make rock stars out of Donald Wells and Candace Bly.
Maybe that's what it is, where I have stopped following all the YouTubers that talk about Summer. I don't hear a lot. There might be still a lot to talk about her, but I just stopped watching everybody pretty much. Because it's the same old stuff over and over and over, you know?
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful at some point to go down these rabbit holes just to
have content, have
something to talk about.
Yeah. As a YouTube channel, you just can't do one person and make it. You know what I mean? Also, I think.
Well, we do our part. That's about all. That's what we can do to help right now. You know, because sitting here and talking about somebody's cousin's neighbor's uncle's buddy who knew this guy in high school, it
doesn't do no good.
Yeah. And I bet shit too. I get sent some wild shit that I could come on here and be like, check this out. You're not going to believe this, and act like I believe it. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I can't do that either. Maybe that's why we don't grow as fast as them.
Yeah, we got a solid base. Yeah. Suzette Brown, member for 25 months.
Yay, thank you, Suzette. It's a long time.
Thank you, Suzette. That's a hell of a long time. See, when you get to be a member for 25 months, you get to be on the show like every Friday.
Even if you're not a member, you can still call in.
Yeah.
If you want. Nobody wants to.
Yeah. They do something. I'm starting to think we do better when you're here.
Why?
You know, one day, I mean, you had like 5 calls, easy.
Yeah.
And missed some. Then, like, now on Friday, it's like everybody's like, I don't got shit to say. I'm just keep
you guys, yeah, y'all think about something you can call in about tomorrow. Think about it. If you got something you want to talk about. It don't have to be Sebastian case. It could be whatever.
You know, I found this part interesting. That's Katie's one of the court papers from Katie, right? I can't see it, damn it, because the numbers are in the way. But it says complaints of various times throughout the past 4 to 6 months from neighbors that he makes them feel uncomfortable because he is standing out front confronting everyone when they come home or watching them.
Mhm.
My neighbor in unit blank, blank, blank is in process of adopting, and they have persons come to their house on a regular basis. I caught Seth approximately 1 month ago confronting the gentleman because he parked in his spot and telling him he doesn't care who the F he is, that if he does it again, he'll take action to have his car towed or beat his blank.
Boy.
This was to a social worker there to check their home, and he knew it. Attached are pictures of her son with marks left by a respondent. Certified under penalty of perjury under the law of the state of California. The foregoing is true and correct. Katie Rogers. So she testified basically to that by signing it and saying that, right?
Katie did?
Yeah. That was in her papers against Seth. That's wild. If doesn't it seem like that'd be something odd as hell just to add in there?
Yeah.
If you're going to make something up on him, let it be that.
That's weird.
I think it's wild if that's a true story. Mm-hmm. And by God, she signed it saying she was swearing to it. You know?
I see Crystal too. I could see
that's the kind of guy she draws. Mm-hmm. I think Seth's probably a lot like Chris. He's just better at public, apparently. Seth is using this entire situation to get back at Katie and cause problems. An vindictive ex-husband. It's clear Katie wants to have limited contact with him, and why Chris is the go-between.
Yeah, maybe. She don't talk at all hardly about the case.
See, a lot of people he's lost a lot of people, I tell you that.
That's how he acts, yeah. I don't know. His actions are not good.
But, you know, I mean, when I say he's lost a lot of people, I don't think them people are less
worried about Sebastian.
Finding Sebastian. Yeah. I just think they're not as supportive as
they were.
You know.
How he acts, yeah. Everybody has flaws, but no, way he acts.
I have compassion for the man because he lost his son, and I really don't believe he had nothing to do with it. But I'm not going to pretend like he's a great dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hate for him what he's going through. I really honestly do. But, you know, he ain't the greatest of people. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody can think what they want. Now, having said that, the other side, I feel like Chris and Seth are probably about the same at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Katie might have some issues. If the stuff they say about her past is true, this is a bad 3 people to have around, you know. And apparently, I get the feeling, because we still haven't seen her, I get the feeling she will not be really close to Seth for any reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes you wonder, don't it?
And maybe a lot of it, too. That's probably the reason she dated so young, just to get away from her home life. A lot of times that's the case. You know?
Yeah.
So,
that's a good point.
Yeah. That's probably why.
I tell you,
they're always looking for a dad figure. It seems like young girls like that have a rough home life. Somebody to save them.
You know, here's my thing about too. From what I understand, she passed the polygraph.
Oh, did she?
I could have swore I heard even Seth admit that. How do you explain that? People that pass the polygraph.
Makes it hard.
But I don't see. Y'all remember Cleo Smith? She was a little girl. She was out camping with her parents. Some dude stole her out of the tent. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I felt her back.
Parents were like, we went to bed. She was right between us. We woke up, gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, bullshit. Ever since then, I have been gun shy about going all in on people without evidence.
Yeah.
You know, I was really wrong about that, and I felt horrible about it.
Yeah, stuff like that does happen, I guess.
Crazy shit can happen, man. You wouldn't think, but they caught dude. The guy, I don't know if you've heard the story. If you haven't, look it up. Cleo Smith is a horrible dude that got her. He's a freak.
They found her fast. Yeah.
And they found her fast. That's it. That makes you
off phone things and
wonder about how when law enforcement. See, that makes me question how come some of this other shit can't be solved. You mean to tell me I think it was Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They got better technology than we do for finding kids. They had that thing phone pinged and figured out, it wasn't long. Got her back too, set alive. That's why I say, I know it doesn't make any kind of sense, but who knows? What if Katie's telling me exact truth?
Right.
The noise she heard was somebody climbing in that window and then waiting on her to go to sleep, and they walked him out the front door. Who knows? Is it possible? It is. You wouldn't think somebody could walk into a tent and steal a kid.
Right.
It happened. I don't think it's super probable. I just don't.
You can't say 100%.
But I can't say 100%.
Yeah.
That's why I get really jealous of these people that can go all in on their opinion. I know.
I can't. I have to go back. I go back and forth. One way or the other.
And I tell you what too. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was Chris Proudfoot that was dating Katie at 14, there'd be an issue with it.
Oh yeah.
A big issue. Would there not? You know that. Before you leave, did you hear about the barge hitting the bridge again?
That's just getting ridiculous there.
This just happened again. Barge hits bridge connecting Galveston and Pelican Island, causing partial collapse and oil spill.
No, it's probably somebody set that up probably for some reason.
Check that out. Looks like there was train tracks beside it, and the pier the train tracks were on got taken out. Is that what it looks like to you? I mean, did that used to happen every week, or
no?
Or is that new?
No, it never happened.
Was it not making the news?
It didn't happen before, and especially if you're, I don't know, do you drive a barge or somebody controls it? You be very careful since that did happen. The other issue.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
This has happened. I know. I want to say 4 in the since that first one I talked about. So I'm not getting that, man. It seems just like the craziest.
I bet it's a main supply route or something. I would have to research it, but I'm sure there's a reason that area.
I like the conspiracy angle because a lot of people think something's wild about all this.
But really, is it conspiracy when somebody thinks different? Everybody calls it conspiracy. Wouldn't it be a conspiracy saying, yeah, it was just a mistake? That's what I think is conspiracy there.
Like I said, I'm still bad to jump to conclusions sometimes, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I am too.
This world's an ugly place. It's just crazy stuff happens. And our brain is so trained to think That's impossible. And that's where they get you, you know?
Preach it, sister.
Because you're raised like that, you know? So a lot of people don't see stuff.
It, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, yeah. If you question it, then something's wrong. Because that's how we were raised. I think everybody was raised. And it's a conspiracy if you don't go with everybody else's idea on stuff. That's how I know something's usually true, especially on the internet. When they write an article saying this is a conspiracy, why spend the time writing that just to prove somebody wrong? Really? Which don't make no sense.
I try to keep her reeled in, y'all, but sometimes I let her
It's not real deal.
flap her wings because she'll.
It's the truth, y'all, and he just don't have he can't open his eyes.
No, algorithm don't like you talking about the Illuminati.
Oh, I didn't say that. That's you. That's on you.
Preach it, Sister Brandy. I think a lot of women probably agree with you.
A lot of women.
Yeah.
Men's got small brains.
Yeah.
Really.
That's a show idea. Brandy Unleashed.
And it's not like he's older than me, so his mind and stuff has been controlled a lot longer than mine. So that's probably his issue.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He's had that much control.
It's not my fault.
Years more than me. So.
It ain't my fault.
No.
They've had 9 more years to work on me than they did.
Yeah, very, very true. And it only makes sense, you know.
Jesse said he's old and everything's starting to wear it.
There you go. That's why older people. Well, I'm
older people now.
No.
Wow.
No.
Older people?
Older than me. I gotta go. I have to leave earlier.
Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should leave.
No.
Maybe you should leave.
I was gonna say some older people are set in their ways and they believe what they believe, and that's all. With politics or anything. They believe what's on the news, and that's what they believe, what they were told.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they don't question it. It was on CNN. Fact.
There you go.
The View. Fact.
And that's the problem with our nation.
Yeah. Make sure and check on me. You know, later on, I'm liable to be.
Grandpa taking a nap. What? What?
Wow.
You don't like being called grandpa?
Not on air, no. And I'm not a grandpa. Let's straighten that out now.
Not yet. I could be your grandma just as, you know.
I thought you had something you had to go do. Thought you had, there was a reason you were getting up. I'm trying to run a show here.
Y'all know who runs it.
Hey, you gotta leave eventually.
You know too. You didn't say nothing.
I can wait you out. Y'all guys just wait. I'm gonna tell y'all some shit here in a minute. Just wait. You don't come after me with old man jokes and get nothing out. I wasn't saying you were crazy. Don't try to play the victim now after talking about my old man body and shit. The other night I was talking to my husband and he wasn't looking at me. I said, "Are you ignoring me?" He said, "No, I'm just otherwise occupied. Thinking about other shit." Yeah, I do it too, man. We'll see ya. Have a good meeting. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. She called me Papa. She thinks it's funny. It's not. It's not. No correction, old man brain, you know. Damn. Y'all done? Everybody had a jab. What else did I have? Did I have anything else? I might be about out of shit, actually. Let's talk about. We talked about that. Oh. Actually, seen Jesse was talking to Proudfoot not long ago. I found this picture, and I thought I should share it since we had a few minutes here. See what you guys thought about this. Turns out Jesse knows Chris Proudfoot. Thought y'all? I don't know what to do with it. I just found it out. It's news to me. I thought I'd come out with it on the channel and expose her. I don't know how long this has been going on. I don't know whose dog that is. But get this, y'all. Now, everybody had been looking for a connection, right? Bam. Found it. Jesse looks good as can't, don't she? In case y'all think, oh man, that was some harlot shit for John to do. Friday, Jesse made a montage of Napoleon Dynamite memes in my honor. So I only thought it fair. Yeah, I know. Jesse's been outside more than Dawn. You can tell that. Dawn looks like he's been holed up. Jesse's been out getting food and stuff like that. Jesse, go to McDonald's. Give me a 20-piece. I'll be back, Todd. I'll be back, D-Dub. That's what she said. No. I tell you what, I love that you can do that nowadays. If they would have had that when I was in school, I could have probably achieved legend status. You know, more than likely. I'm going to start making sure I close out everyone with Sebastian's picture. I feel like that's the way to do it. I don't think it gets shown enough, man. You know? Would y'all rather look at pictures of that or somebody speaking? I think that does good. At least a couple minutes. Here now. I like that picture of me, man. I think that's a great picture. That looks like genuine happiness right there to me. You know, what are you, man? I tell you, I'm still shocked we're here. I really am, y'all. I told y'all, man, the story. I know a lot of you have heard it a million times, but when I first seen Sebastian, I seen this like first probably 6 hours it was out there. I had seen it, and I thought to myself, they'll find him in the neighbor's backyard or something like that. In in no time. You know, I thought there'd probably be an update on it before I could even put it out. I really did, man. I had that feeling when you heard, you know, the story. And then it started a little bit more and a little bit more come out. Now look where we're at. It's amazing. I never thought we would get to where we're at. I really didn't. I really thought he'd have been found within a couple days at most. I did too. I didn't figure it would go 24, 48 hours. Or God forbid, I thought they would find where, you know, maybe something had happened to him. At worst, you know. 81 days, is that it? My monkey. That's amazing. They have covered thousands of miles searching. You know, people like talking about Chris and Katie and Seth and all that, and speculating's bad, but it's really not for his case and not for him to be found. As long as when you do it, you show his picture, you talk about him, you don't let people forget, you know, we're looking for a missing kid. This kid's still missing, you know. And I tell y'all what, I don't know how anybody can be confident of any one thing. Have y'all noticed that I know I have seen at least 3 behavior people speak on Katie and act like her body language is fine? Do y'all believe in the science of the body language experts? I don't know. I think maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I think people are different. I don't know how good of a people can be at that. As a family, you think that about your missing loved ones also. The longer it goes, the more sick you become. Yeah. Whitney's at 2 months and about 9 days, I think, right? Still no update. Well, she doesn't have the police or the media seem to be interested, and I think this is something that should have been treated as a definitely dangerous situation from the beginning. I still don't understand, knowing the facts as I know them. And I'm going to talk about this real quick because I should talk about it more. But anyway, for those of you that don't know, I'll give you the quick version. This is Whitney. She's 16-year-old. She's technically, she ran away. She left a note that says, look, this friend who nobody knows, this friend has got me a job. I'm going to be babysitting, watching the kids of these doctors. I'm going to have plenty of money and all this, and you'll hear from me really soon. Right? That's what she doesn't say really soon. She says, she will contact the family. Okay. 1:30 p.m. she gets in a car, assuming, you know, we don't know that, but her scent ends where we believe she got in the car, and who knows where she went after that. Now, my big problem with hers is everybody's going to say, well, she ran away. Well, the thing is, though, she ran away, and if she believed that story, I don't. I've talked about that story, and I feel like, and her family feels like she believed what she was saying about wanting to babysit and going to be making money, and these people are going to look out for her and they're good people and all this. I think she honestly believed that, but nobody in her family or anybody else seems to know who these people are. And these people, whoever, or this person, whoever it is that took her, they did that, and they didn't even, they made it to where they would never be seen. Okay? It seemed like they went out of their way to pick her up somewhere where they couldn't be seen or identified. And I'm telling you, she was groomed. Somebody painted her a fairy tale, making this girl believe that, you know, she was going to have money. They were a friend. They were going to help her out, look out for her. Nobody can figure out who this is that she left with. One of the things that breaks my heart about Whitney's circumstances is that it's obvious that she loves her family, or she would not have left a note. And that's why I think, you know, and I hate to say this because the family's actually in the chat, but I have big worries about the fact she hasn't let somebody know she's okay. She could do that without giving away her location and nothing. There's no attempt on any level to make a contact. John read my super chat. I'm sorry, I didn't even see it. Who's that? Your co-host has to work in the morning, and Brenda said someone said they seen Whitney 3 weeks ago. Thank you, Suzette. Brenda, you didn't share that with me. That somebody said they seen her 3 weeks ago. Was it a sighting? Was it somebody that would have known her? I agree with John Davis True Crime 100% on Whitney's case. I do too. And thank you, Liplog, because that does, you know, I had never really thought about it, but that tells me, you know, that leaving the note, she didn't want that. Yeah, she loved her grandma and didn't want her to worry or want her to know where she was. And I really feel like she would have tried to. I know if you Google her name, you're going to see there's stuff out there. You know, I know she ain't got a ton of attention, but surely she's wondered about home by now, and she's still no contact at all. Brenda said it earlier, but you wouldn't read chat. I'm sorry, man. I can't. I struggle sometimes. Okay. I missed it. There's no confirmed sightings, though, right? It is old. It's 3 weeks ago. They called me and was like, hey, I seen Whitney, and I asked him when, and they said 3 weeks ago. Oh, that's crazy. See, and that's what I'm saying about the please call in tips. Whitney Hatfield's her name. Is that what you're asking or no? Since March 7th. So over 2 months. No word from her. I tell you, I'm so iffy on sightings, you know. I hope that all people that call me in are genuine and honest, but I'm so sketched out by sightings. Because I tell you what, there's been cases of been multiple sightings they assumed, and come to find out the person wasn't. It had been gone way before that. Today, what you need is a picture. There shouldn't be sightings without a picture. Based on the available information, I firmly believe Whitney was groomed and lured out of the house. Amen. I fully believe that too. Everything that I've heard makes me believe that 1,000%. I really would like to see her grandma find out she's okay. I wish she would just do that. If she's okay, just reach out and tell somebody. It's not going to make the situation any worse. There's ways you can do it. Make a call. That's what bothers me. You know as well as I do. If somebody wants to contact, tell somebody they're okay, you can do it and hide it and you know, do that. I wish you would just do that. Betty, you and Linda want to come on tomorrow morning? We'll do the instead of the calling, we'll do that. Can y'all do that tomorrow or no? Can y'all do that tomorrow? We'll do that interview style and catch up on everything. But the thing is, if it was innocent, they would let her call. That shows she has no free will. Crystal, I agree, and it shows to me that they're not with. She's not with a great person. A decent person would want her family to know that she was okay. You know, that's why I worry about it, man. And it's behind on attention. I tell you that. Linda said she can if you can, Brenna. Yep, let's do it. Okay, we'll do it 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll message y'all the link later, and I'll see everybody in the morning. My hour's up. I'm gonna go. Everybody keep your eyes open for Whitney. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks to all the subs, mods, members. Thank you, Suzette, for the super sticker. And I'll see everybody at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your day.